Hello everyone. I want you to think this morning about the things that you love to do and that you're pretty good at doing as well. Think. One of the things I thought of was sewing. I like to sew. I like to use my hands. And sometimes I make some clothes or bags or cushions or whatever. But I like to use my hands and to use that skill that I'm pretty good at. Now, imagine if I knew that I could sew, but I actually never did it. Or I just thought, no, I'm not gonna do it. I can do it and I like to do it, but I'm just not going to do it. Would that make sense? Not really. And God has given us these skills and talents and things that we enjoy doing and things that we're good at so that we can use them and that we can share them. Now, my brother can't sew at all, but he appreciates the things that I sometimes maybe make for him. In the same way, my brother is brilliant at gardening. He knows all the plants in the garden and he can grow them and they grow healthy and strong and wonderful. And that's his talent. And he uses it and he helps people in their gardens. And he helped me with my garden too. So that's a wonderful thing. I celebrate his talent and he celebrates mine. And I share mine and he shares his as well. Now, Jesus told a story about a master who was going away on a journey and he left his money to his servants. And he said, I'm going to leave you in charge of my money, and when I come back, I will ask you to give it back to me. So you need to look after it. So the first servant he gave 5,000 coins to. And this servant took those 5,000 and he invested them. We've talked about that before. He used them to make more money. And he ended up making 10,000 coins. And the second servant, the master gave 3,000 coins to. And that servant did similar. He took the 3,000 and he invested it and he made his 3,000 coins into 6,000. Now the master also gave a third servant 1,000 coins. Now that servant, he said, oh no, I'm going to just bury that money. And then I'll just take it out when the master comes back. I'll give him his 1,000 coins back. And then later, long time later, the master did come back and he called his servants. The first servant came and said, I've got the 5,000 coins that you asked me to look after, but I've got 5,000 more. I've got 10,000. Master was very pleased. He said, well done. You've used what I've given you and you've made it even more. Well done. The second servant came and he said, Master, here's your 3,000 coins and here's 3,000 more that I've made it into. So you've got 6,000. And the master said, well done. You've taken what I've given you and you've made it more. Very well done. The third servant, who had been given the 1,000 coins, took out the 1,000 coins and gave them back to the master, saying, I was scared to do anything with the money you gave me, so I buried it and I'm giving it back to you now. Well, the master was not pleased. He was not pleased at all, and he said, you have not been a good servant. not pleased with you. Now, what we need to remember is that the master gave all his servants. And it's like what God gives us. God gives us the talents that he's given us, like mine is sewing and my brother's is gardening. If we never use them and share them, then we're wasting them. Imagine if people who are good at helping other people when they get hurt didn't do it. We might not have doctors or nurses. Imagine if there were people who were good at building but didn't do it. We wouldn't have houses and schools and hospitals and churches to go to and to live in. So we need to think about the talents that God has given us and use them and share them. Let us pray. Dear God, thank you for the gifts and the talents you have given us. Help us to use them and to share them, to help each other and to celebrate the skills and the gifts you have given us. Amen. Have a wonderful day sharing your talents with each other.